Welcome back.
Thank you.
For
Okay.
some reason, even though you were hosting the lobby, it still hasn't crashed. That's just kind of broken.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Want to know what's really interesting? There's no one home, right?
right.
Right now, there's no one home.
Uh-huh.
And oh, my light turned off as well. Everything turned off. Oh God.
Power went out?
I could see light from outside my living. It was just in my room. Everything turned off in my room.
I don't like that.
And I swear to God, I heard sounds downstairs.
Fucking rip.
But there's no one home. The sister's at her boyfriend's place. Mom and her husbando are at grandpa's place.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Don't like
Hello,
that.
Captain. How are you? I feel like I need to. Do I want to go pee? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. How terrifying. Mars sent a sticker. Oh, okay. You know what? That sticker changed it all.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cute.
I'm not dead, at least. I'm not dead. Let me. What did I miss? Was there anything in game that I missed?
I don't think so, no.
I can't join the lobby. I don't think, obviously, unless I can. So let's see. My name is Arson No Mike, right? How do I join a private game? Oh God. 456. 448. No, the game closed. I'll make a new lobby. And I will post the code in No Mic. Gonna open Discord. The fuck, Discord? Can you guys test the shenanigans real quick? And I was bringing books out into the front door this whole time for you. Did we get any clues at all? I don't think we got a
No.
single clue, did we?
No, we didn't find out what it was either.
Damn. All right. Join on in. I need to go pee real quick. I love you guys. Captain, by the way. It's nice to see you. I just got giga spooked. So excuse me. But talk about fucking creepy. BRB. While I do this, I might as well run an ad. Because I'm supposed to do that whenever I go pee. Wow, so fucking great. Alright, I'm turning the lights on. This is not cool.
What was that noise? Stare into the eyes of chat.
What the fuck is that? They're such dorks. I'm grabbing my thing.
You got games on your phone? Hi, Marzu.
Marzu.
You got games on your phone?
Mars.
I especially enjoy Minecraft on my mobile device.
How are you, Mars?
What the fuck is going on?
You got games on your phone, Hitsu?
Fuck. These are dorks.
Do you got games on your phone?
The door
No, I
answer.
do. Actually, I do. I do have one. Marsu. Hey, Marsu. How are you?
Oh, what's wrong, Mars?
When you sent me the dang GIF on Steam, was just after everything happened on stream. That was very spooky. Like IRL spooky. Like everything just. I felt like I was dead. So you cleansed my soul. Oh, I'm sorry. But it's glad that you guys are still gonna be able to be friends. That's pretty cool, actually, that you guys can do that.
Hug pie on Marzu to make her feel better.
Facts. Let's do that. If you ever want to chat about it, you know, a lot of us care. You know we do. So just feel free to reach out. There's the channels, the DMs, all that.
You got friends to choose from.
All right.
Yeah, we're here for you.
So
Mars.
I figured out what that sound was, by the way, when everything went off in my house, or my room, rather.
Mhm.
There was a TV playing in the living room.
Oh.
So I'm guessing they were watching something and they just turned it on and left.
The ghost?
I hope it's not the ghost. I hope it was my mom that was watching stuff on TV and just decided to go away. Not hoping it's not a ghost.
Sorry, that was
Alright.
just me.
Fuck you, Fred.
Well, in all seriousness, do not ever believe there's a ghost in your house.
I Only thing in
Right.
my house right now is a Kit Kat bar. That's all. That's what I believe.
I'm taking that Kit Kat bar.
There has been studies that have shown that if you believe you're haunted, you will become haunted.
That's quite scary.
Yes, it is.
Just don't believe it, silly.
Exactly. Don't believe it.
Okay. Oh, okay, Mercy. Well,
So you're saying if I believe I'm haunted by a VTuber will be haunting me for real?
Okay. So, you guys want to do a smaller Sunny Meadows? There's that option. If Sunny Meadows restricted, or we can do a different map.
Well,
I'm down for whatever.
like
But
an hour.
There's
Marcy,
a smaller campsite.
I think it's pretty cool that at least he didn't like string you along or anything like that. Like it was just a few weeks. You guys tried it out, didn't work out. You guys are moving on. That sounds kind of nice. But I know it still weighs on people. So if you ever do need to talk, like actually, please don't be afraid to reach out. Like I'm not doing shit right now in my life.
Me neither. I'm just here. I'm just here with wonky basketball physics.
Hustle Captain, how have you been? Why do you have a train by your name?
Because they're part of they're a hype train conductor. They started a hype train.
Oh. Oh.
They keep that until another hype train has been conducted.
That makes sense. Cool beans. Alright.
Guess I was select random again. Yeah, the new Sunny Meadows is pretty fun. Pretty. You guys, actually, I kind of want to go back to Sunny Meadows just to show you guys the creepy rooms we found.
Oh.
Because there's some really creepy rooms in there.
Sure. Question. Restricted or non-restricted?
It'd have to be non-restricted.
Oh,
Sure. Question. Intermediate or not intermediate?
beginner.
I'm down for either. Wait, what was the ghost type? Does anyone know?
Yes.
No, we didn't
No,
find
we
out.
had no clues. Welcome back,
I-
Mel. What's up?
I suspected a revenant.
From the way they were hunting?
Because they
I
got real
suspect it to
quick
be
when
Mel.
they hunted me, and they were slow hunting Sierra. That's my only clue.
Yeah, I didn't really have a chance to like get away when it started hunting me.
Why don't you guys use Morse code as ghosts to tell us what the ghost was? Estimate.
I was tempted to like call you on Discord and tell you where it was and all that.
Oh, me and Sunny are actually in the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I can join.
But
Yeah.
how's your day been, Mel? Congrats again on the announcement. Honestly, congrats on moving out. I hope it goes well for you. I really do.
That's awesome, though.
Hey,
Shazam!
don't do that. It'll be a
Marsh
lightning
suit.
strike sometime.
What? Oh,
Keep
Shazam!
saying Shazam. It'll be a lightning strike.
I'll be
Bad.
struck by lightning. Want to see something, Marsu? If you haven't seen this yet, check this out. Well, not that,
Oh no,
not that,
not that.
but this.
What is it?
It's a ghost
What?
Fucking
working in the
spooky.
corridor.
You mean the ghost behind you?
Oh, these as well. Yeah, there's these as well.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
No, what? God damn it. Imagine before you die, you play that.
The ghost will stop killing me.
My day has been a roller coaster that's been feeding off the moment of past roller coasters. At least I'm semi-medicated. Oh God. Well, I'm glad you're chilling at least. But sorry about roller coasters are never fun unless they're IRL.
Sure.
Even then, you have to have a good one in good condition. Otherwise, it's like terrifying.
True. Final Destination
on
3
one.
terrifying.
Because you know that bar that goes, over your stomach area, it locks in place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I was on one that did some crazy twists and turns that did not lock in place.
Oh, that does not sound safe at all.
No, it was terrifying.
I believe it. I'm an amateur, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm going to Sunny Meadows. I'm an amateur.
And we can just view the, creepy places and leave. We don't have to actually solve the case.
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't see that Sunny asked if how Sunny wanted to join, or not Sunny. Sorry, Marcy wanted to join. I didn't
Oh,
see that.
Mars were in the chat?
Oh, she thought I was just playing by myself.
Oh,
She didn't know I was live.
let's see.
I just now saw the message. What have you been up to though, Captain? I was thinking about you really recently, actually, because I think I saw Neo making a comment about photographers out on their day, and he asked them like what type of photos they like to take, and then I was thinking of you like instantly. Hey Damien, welcome back.
Welcome back, Damon.
Good morning.
All right, so do we gather around and go together, or do we
Yeah, we could.
we go for this the spooky rooms? What's the vibe?
Yeah, because it sort of only responds to people who are alone, but fuck that.
Yeah. Let's just try to find a speaker.
Everyone, grab your headset, Mike. Your headset camera. Gotta grab them, cause it's quite amusing, actually.
Father, I will.
Yeah, that scared me.
Chat over here again.
Let's
There we
get
go.
like insta-killed.
I'm going in. Spooky
I'm
room.
pretty sure the first really creep, like the worst one, is on this side.
All right,
I don't even think I went on this
we're going this way, Sierra. Oh, fuck that! I want to see the music box. He has the music box. I want to see it.
Alright, let's see the music box.
How do you play it?
Pick it up and click on it.
Where is it?
What
I'm
happens
I'm
if we
holding it.
didn't?
All right, play it.
Let's do it, boys.
We're gonna die.
That wasn't me.
That was me.
That was Tally, I think.
Oh, okay.
Someone
Alright,
opened the door for me.
So keep on going straight.
She's
I've
thinking
seen
me. I
one
haven't
of
been
these
doing it much.
rooms.
I'm so proud of what I've done. I'm just stuck.
Like that
I
one?
get that.
Not that one. Oh, that was ominous. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Very
Yes, we were-
vaguely. Was that where she was? Maybe. It's like a little hint as to where she is.
Whoa, lad.
I think it breaks if you get too close to her.
So,
Ooh.
somebody really had to get out of the bathroom there.
Oh.
There's some stairs going
Sucks to
down.
suck, dude.
Oh, I can't use it anymore.
Did it break?
No, it just won't let me use it, so I just dropped it there.
Oh, wait, bring it back to the thing.
Fine.
Didn't quite make it to the toilet. But I'm glad you've been proud of what you've done. It's pretty cool, honestly. I like seeing what you've done. Where did Tally go?
I'm not sure.
You're right, Ty.
Yeah, I'm
just trying
to find it.
I think Tally went over here.
I went downstairs.
Wait, there's a downstairs. Where the fuck? Oh, it's this one. Why isn't Peppa Jam working for me? Hi, Solve. I put on my shoes before putting on my pants. I almost went off to work without pants today. It's that kind of... Oh, God. Did you not sleep well? Oh, hi. Or... Good morning. Good Morgan.
You hear that?
Shot it. No.
I'm having an issue.
There's a choir.
Oh, never mind. It's fixed.
Choir?
I was
There's a whole ass choir
lost for
outside
some
the.
help.
Oh. Wait.
Just a little fun.
Hi, I want a free music box,
2.2.
ma'am.
I think it's here. We gotta be careful. It's almost freezing.
I have a lighter.
Which specific room do you think it is?
Oh, she's here.
Ma'am, hi.
Oh, she's calling for me. Why me?
It ignored
No.
me.
Is Tally dead?
Oh,
Goodbye, Tally.
it straight up ignored me and went through my body.
Oh my god, it's Tally dead.
Yeah, Tally's dead. We lost a pro. So I think it's
Wait,
this
the
room.
music box? Oh no, music box is fine.
I think
Where
it's
did
Yeah,
this
it
room.
this is where it's
Oh,
it
there.
spawned here. In
So I
this
left
room.
it. I left it in front of the thing, so we know where it is. Does Tally have anything on him of use before he died? You fucking
Oh,
dickhead! That scared me. Sorry.
me too.
The ghost made a sound in my ear, and
Alright, if you keep going further down, you'll find one of the creepy rooms. I'm heading back to where I died so I can guide y'all. Yeah, it's safe. She disappeared. I wouldn't go left if I were you, because that's where she disappeared. Yeah, in the staircase. If you keep going down the hallway, not up the staircase, that's the wrong way.
wait, hold up. Hello, Damien. By the way, I'm not sure if I
You
said that. I
guys
need
chickening
to.
out and you leaving? Oh, this is the creepiest ghost ever.
Are you guys alive? Are you down here with me?
I'm upstairs.
Upstairs as well.
Fucking alone down here.
Where are you at, Hitsu? So you never went upstairs, Hitsu?
No, I'm right next to the room. I always hear her moving around. I'm so scared. Need to.
There you are.
Huh?
I found you.
Hello. Sorry.
Okay. If you go out and to the left, that's your best bet.
Okay, I need to connect my stream deck.
Be quiet. Alright. Pro tip: stay by the door so you can keep it shut.
I was earlier, but I was alt tabbed and I just
I know. I can show you the creepy room now that you're dead.
take care, dear. I love you. Yeah, show me the creepy room. God damn it.
Right. It's kind of hard to see, but this is one of them. If you go along the walls, you can see.
Hi, so
Oh. Actually, you need a Discord though.
Oh, I see the handprints here.
Yeah, the handprint. It's a padded room, padded cell for those in straight jackets.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a pretty creepy room. Cause I remember I was playing with Badu. If I found a room like this, but it's clean, like, this is a nice, cozy room. He's like, you know what this room is, right? And I'm like, that's a comfy room. He's like, okay. Then I found this one. I'm like, this one's less comfy.
Definitely less comfy.
I think further down is a very messed up room.
Okay.
I've only been here. I've only found that room once, so it's
I feel like she was
this is
hunting
clean
us.
cell.
I feel like she was hunting us quite a bit early there.
Yeah, she is.
What do you like?
So that tells me a mare or demon, really. Oh, this one's kind of effed. It's like blood everywhere, and there's.
Oh god. Yeah.
It's one of those.
It's one of them silo rooms that are not cool.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is the worst room. It's another one of those rooms, but if you hear your footsteps,
God, it's squishy.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine what else on the floor? Over the walls, and lumps in the corner. The fact that it's lumps in the corner.
Someone blew up here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the bad room. Yeah.
Regular room.
Yeah.
My redemption isn't working.
Oh. Yeah.
Hold on.
do we have any evidence or no?
I was showing Hitsu the creepy rooms.
Oh,
Uh,
Sierra died as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Sierra, if you're still downstairs, let's see. Do you know where I died? If you go there, I can lead you to creepy room.
How do I fix my OBS? I'm gonna run back to where my
Your
body died.
footsteps. It's up there above or below.
As above and below. Where's my body?
I hear a lawnmower.
Oh god, he died.
Trying to find the lawnmower. There you are. Oh god, that backed me up. It's all this way down here.
I was by the front door when I died.
Wait,
Oh,
the
no.
front door of the asylum? They chase you all the way there?
To like that entrance, like at the, what do you call it?
That's kind
To
of
get
insane.
into this hallway.
So here's one. It's kind of hard to see when you're dead, but you can see some stuff on the door and the walls.
Okay, hold on.
Not
While you guys are
fun.
doing that, I'm gonna try to figure out.
This.
Oh.
It should work.
We go down here.
Oh, now it works, I think. Alright, here you go, Damien. Here you go. Now it works. Hey. Bye.
There it is. See this bloody streak on the floor. If you go in, it's pretty. Yeah, pretty gruesome. So this is an electric chair. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what happened.
You wait for your chance. I got you.
Yeah. That's the creepy room.
The entire time when you guys abandoned me, I was. Wait, where did Scotty go? There you go. I was in this room. Where did I die exactly?
A little ways down.
It's so big. I was in this room. Big chilling. And I was literally trying to like, cause we were like what, 2 rooms down from where she was.
I know when you got the
Yeah.
gun, by the way. From the other
Or
one. Still
3
alive.
rooms. I was in here, and I was literally like, I just gotta close the door and hold on to it. She tried to open the door on me once, I think, and I closed it.
You want to see where I died?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Is this freezing? I'm not sure if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Oh, my head's in the way.
That wasn't me.
That's Celsius, but is it negative?
If it's 0 or below,
I think
I can't really tell.
I saw it go to 0.5 earlier, but I don't know if it was negative or not.
Yeah, it's
I see 2.3.
5-1.
I mean, we're not in the right room, so.
0.5.
Yeah.
But when she was coming after me, I saw 0.5.
I think it might be freezing temps because, like, when we went past it, it was like 1 point something.
Look at this is gonna be a dumb story on how I died here. Wait, how do I get back up?
And the thing is, it
right.
attacks us
Yeah,
when we're
Try
all
and
alone.
Piss off the ghost before we leave.
It's already pissed off, Sonny.
Oh,
Can you make a guess?
yeah. Yeah, I made a guess.
So I started. all the way at the
It
end
was
of the hall,
zooming. It was zooming.
and then I.
And then you what?
And then I ran all the way down this way because it wasn't too fast, and ended right here.
Oh!
Oh,
Floating in the corner.
damn! Hey, yo!
Wait, that's necrophilia, sir.
Wait,
What are you
your finger's
doing?
sticking out the wall right here. Just a singular
What are you
finger.
doing, step ghost?
I did not expect it to spawn up there when the spawn room's downstairs.
Maybe it can spawn in
It
both.
spawns like relatively close to its target it's hunting.
Yeah.
Which I was the first target.
And then I was
Wait,
quickly.
it's a
quickly
ghost that
second.
has targets.
I was the second target 3 times in a row before it finally got me.
I'm guessing
Banshee. Banshee.
Well, what did you put in?
Wait,
the
are you
battery?
thinking
Since it
it's
went
Banshee?
after us one at a time,
Um,
then it ignored
I-
me and went straight to Tally.
Yeah, the only evidence I could guess would be freezing temperatures, because it was like almost there, but we didn't get any evidence.
You think it's a banshee?
If it's freezing temperatures, it can't be a banshee.
Yeah.
But Scotty had a good argument though.
Yeah, what's that?
That it was like chasing one of us at a time, and it
Yes.
ignored me and went straight to you.
Yeah, it ignored everyone, went to me. I was like, oh no.
And I was walking up to it too.
Yes, I know. I was like, you're mad. I got banshee selected.
Yeah.
Picked round around.
Yeah, music box. The song is nice but creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You killed us all on easy mode.
Bong.
Bang.
Bong.
Hot damn.
If you want to actually do this level, I suggest restricted. It's a lot easier. So just as creepy.
You ready, by the way, guys?
Yeah.
Goodbye, Sunny. Oh, we got the correct ghost type.
Banshee.
We got it.
No, I didn't.
What?
Hey.
Oh, I did Banshee.
Same.
I knew it was Banshee the moment Tal died.
So, how did it attack us so fast?
Probably music box.
Yeah.
No, it didn't break though.
You get to keep the music
Oh,
box?
there's summoning candles in the box now.
Oh, cool. Summoning circle. Where's the music box?
I don't know. Maybe it's because we didn't bring it out or survive with it. Or didn't feel like utilize it or something. I don't know.
Because you weren't close to the ghost? I see, so that's why. Scotty. Or Sierra, it's like
Yeah, it takes some getting used to. I keep almost saying the other name.
oh no.
Spooky
Oh, yeah.
ghost.
That was my last one for today, by the way.
That's your last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The games have been spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good
Thanks for
fun
joining.
now.
Yeah, you take care. I hope you had fun.
You too. Bye.
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 We shan't forget, Sonny. We shan't forget.
Daily challenges survive with only the starter items.
We'll always be with
Capture-
you. We said don't
capture
leave.
3-star ghost photo.
Oh wait, actually, now that Sunny left, Marcy, you wanted to play, right? Wanna come? Wanna come hop in real quick? And vibe with us while we all be babies and be afraid and scared?
And listen to Sarah's crazy noises that he...
BBB.
That one sounds like, you know how there's the it's like a little kid's toy, you like put the animal shape in the correct little thing. It's like this animal makes this noise, and there's the cow one. It sounds like the cow.
The cow goes.
It also kind of
I'm
sounds
not
like
sure if
that
cows
box,
sound like that. I can't.
The box they turn and it makes a moo noise. It also sounds like that. It's like a mixture of both.
Hey yo, the girl be twerking.
That's what I
Right?
said earlier. Like, you be moving. Damn. I'm inside your face.
Yo, who got them $5 bills? I gotta throw them at her.
That's too much for me. I can throw pennies.
Bounce a penny off that ass.
God damn. Oh, it's a bowling ball. I found it. All right, check this out. I saw this on YouTube.
See, that is such BS. Every time I've tried to throw that at the pins, it just bounces off the pins every single time. It's actual hacks.
All right, I think Marcy is getting on. So,
666.
where'd I put the
no.
code? Oh, there it is.
And no mic. Oh.
We're gonna get Marcy to come. Oh, look, it's a dead body. What's your number? I know Tally has 420. But how about you, Sierra?
What?
My guess is 69.
It's a good number.
What? Wait, what?
What number do you have?
On the basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. The green line. This is such a cool way to show like secrets. a black light. So apparently we're sold out of skeletons or people or bones. You want to buy a fully fledged skeleton? A black light can show lots of secrets.
Yeah. Make sure to bring them at hotel rooms for more secrets.
Oh yeah, you never know what spooky shenanigans you might see. I wonder what this means. Does anyone know if this is counting down at all?
What?
This looks like it's counting down.
I wonder if that's like the amount of hunts you do. No.
No, I don't think so. This says also says coming soon. So like, is it like days? 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, like new trophies, I think.
Good morning.
Oh shit! Marcy's here.
Bars.
Can you speak?
She's not a ghost.
Are you there?
I heard something.
Oh,
Hi.
you have a... Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. You ready, Marsu?
Now we gotta pick a map first.
Oh, jeez. We got 2 level 400s. Well, fuck Sunny Meadows.
But it's the best map.
Creepiest map.
I
was offended for a second. Fuck Sunny. I'm sorry. Fuck Sunny Meadows. The boss. Hello? You okay? But we can do whatever we want. I wanted to do the camp again because we have yet to succeed on the camp, I think.
Yeah, well, don't try to do the smudge stick chasing away all the ghosts or that sort of thing this time. And we might survive.
In any case, I am ready.
Don't mind Sarah, he just makes noises.
Yeah, don't mind our favorite local.
Yeah, don't mind them at all.
Tip, watch what you are saying. The ghosts are listening.
Bet.
Have a member of your team escape the ghost during a hunt. Get an average sanity below 25%. And detect a paranormal sound with a parabolic microphone.
I will forever be crouched.
Does this guy have a name? That could be a girl. I guess we don't really know.
George Jetson.
George Jetson. That's so unfortunate. It's Bob. Hello, Bob.
Bob the Builder.
Can we
build
fix
it? Oh, right.
my life? There he is. Got everyone now.
Alright, listen there, do not attack while it's loading.
I'm gonna go grab. Oh, fuck. Marsu's zooming. Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming.
3 flashlight?
I do not know, but I know Marsu is zooming. Its name is Georgia Martin. Response to everyone. All right, let's go.
Yes, I have the crappy flashlight there.
Georgia Martin, are you there? Georgia Martin, do you like the guitar? It's George R.R. Martin. Oh, God. Georgie, are you there? Georgie. Georgie.
We all float down here, Georgie.
Are you inside this tent, Georgie? How about this tent? Any sounds? No sounds at all.
I don't notice that.
Did you die here, Georgie?
Yes.
Oh, there's fireflies here. That's kind of cute.
Give us a sign.
Give me a sign, George.
No, give me a sign.
Alright, give us a sign. Are you in the white tent? Are you in the blue tent? If you don't pay the rent... Oh. I see how hell-bent you are. Oh wait, she attacking. Who the fuck has died? Oh no! Oh, that's foreboding. Was this Marcy? Oh, I think that was Tally, right? All right, it didn't like my little Dr. Seuss rhyme there. I got the wave. Did not like my Dr. Seuss rhyme. Okay. So this didn't work at all. So we need to place some cameras around, don't we? Let's see. Can I?
I only got up to EMF 4.
There you go. Oh. Marcy's a pro. God damn, Marcy's zooming. Marcy just knows what to do. I never got freezing, I don't think. Oh, fuck. You guys are zooming. Sorry, Tally. Where did it spawn, though? Was in the yellow tent? Did you see him in the yellow tent, Marcy? Was in the blue one? I'll place the book in the blue one then. If it was in here. Wait. Or is it in the white one?
No, here's Missouri. We don't know exactly.
Okay.
These tents, I think.
Where's the camera? Where do we set up the camera? I'll put it in there. Not freezing temp. It's not freezing temps. Now that's where we are. Ah! Mother bitch! What? I got stuck! I saw, dude. I was trying to play Ring Around the Rosie with it, and then I got stuck on this, I think, while I was like, yeah, I got stuck here. Somehow. Oh my god, I couldn't see where I was going. Their sanity's fine. Why am I being attacked like that? Cringe! No ghostwriting. I can see Tally. That's ominous. Hey Sherry, how are you? How have you been? What you been up to? I just died. Only pissed my pants almost. No big deal. Oh my god, he's don't teabag my body. Playing some Final Fantasy 14. That sounds like a good cleanser from horror games, honestly. I was playing Mortuary Assistant earlier, and holy moly. That game made me almost piss myself. Actually fucking creepy. Actually creepy. But I'm so happy that on my first try, I got a good ending. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. What is this angle? Can't tell what's going on. But yeah, how was Final Fantasy 14? I'll shout you out. I'm dead anyways. Let me go ahead and shout you out here. What? No, someone beat me. Tally. Is Tally back? Tally back. Tally beat me. God damn it. I can never beat my own mods. That much is for sure.
Are you coming here with me? Are you here? Are you close?
Mars is going crazy.
You can try.
Go downstairs, get some snacks, but everyone has gone to bed, so I'm too scared. Turn on all the lights. Turn on every single light in the house and walk down.
How old are you?
Old.
Are you French?
No.
Getting X's.
Or if you recognize my voice.
But, no, I need a palate cleanser. Not palate cleanser, but like a palate cleanser for spooky games. After today's stream, I'm probably gonna watch some happy anime or something. Something to really make me feel better. No, stop. You're gonna offend it. How dare you call me French? Dork. But no, yeah, I hope you had a good day so far. You said good, so that's good. That's good. Oh, I insta-died here. Insta-died. I can't touch the camera, so I can't see what's going on. Was the camera freaking out? I'm gonna go join them.
Are you here?
I'm here. What's up?
How old are you? Not you, Hitsu.
I am old. Whee. Bop. Bop. Bop.
3.
Say something. Yes, brother.
Where is the EMF? And you mess with my friends more? I mean, you used not to be able to do anything as a ghost. That was the thing back then. You couldn't do anything as a ghost. I don't know what they found. Have they found anything? Callie, do you know if they found anything? Oh, I can't hear Tally anymore. Fuck. Fuck. I scare Mercy.
What's this stupid bone?
Oh, look at these. Call mama. What does that one say? Warning, buy batteries. That's not as wholesome. What's that sound? How do we instantly die? Sound like they found a music box or a radio? Oh.
It's cold. It's like right here.
How cold is cold? Oh, it did spawn here. Who's it chasing after? Who's it chasing after? Who's it chasing after? Who's it chasing after? One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. It's just Marsu now. So she knows it spawns here, at least. Right. I'm gonna follow her, see if she found anything important. Her sanity's 13.
I'm guessing Dorian.
Banshee.
She's making a guess.
Did she say she's guessing Banshee?
Welcome back. I've got some jobs.
Find the correct ghost type. 10?
Hey, it was a banshee.
I guessed the Banshee. Hey!
Where were the orbs?
How did I know? It's like I just went up against the Banshee.
Yeah, I figured it was a banshee because I was right next to Mars, and I was the one that died.
What I'm curious about is why did it attack so fast again?
I don't know. Banshee's just super angry.
What was that, Marcy? I couldn't hear you.
It only hunts based off of one person's sanity, whoever the target is.
Oh. I heard another Final Fantasy 14 addict here. Yeah, Sherry Snacks was chilling here. I think they're probably lurking right now. But I'll shout them out again for you. Wait,
I played Final Fantasy 14 a lot.
you have?
I have, yeah. I'm on Leviathan, I think.
I'm too afraid to play Final Fantasy. I spend too much money on RPG games. I know. I just know.
Yeah, I tend to spend a bit of money as well if I really enjoy the game, which I did, and I also spent too much money on it.
It's free to play up to the first expansion. Yeah, that's how they get you. Huh? That's how they
Indeed,
get
it
you.
is.
It's
They
free
do
to
have
play.
good sales.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I've so many hours in Final Fantasy. I stopped playing at the start of the latest expansion. Yeah, no, it's a time sink, which is cool and all, because it's the big universe, big game, lots of cool things to do. But it's the money spending that worries me.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I've only spent like $100. Smile.
I mean, I know because in Black Desert,
On just reskins.
on Black Desert Online, before I even started streaming, I think I spent like $2,000 on that shit.
God.
When I realized, I was like, maybe I don't play RPG games. Even Lost Ark, I think I probably spent a little bit as well. I don't know how much. I don't want to check.
Hey, new skins come out next week for Lost Ark Smile.
Oh God, nope, can't get me.
Nope.
All right. Well, that was cool. The camp was neat. I like the camp, but we died again.
It was smaller than I thought.
That camp is small. I haven't done the other camp yet, so I don't know what that one's like.
It's more of the same, but bigger. If you want to try it, we can do that.
Sure, I'm done.
Well, I'll be the first to die again.
No, me. I'm gonna find the cursed thing and use it right away.
Oh my God, are you the reason why we die?
Yes.
Not that time.
Uh
Uh
huh.
I couldn't find anything.
Only mandatory
Not
spend
for
is
lack of
the
trying.
expansions, but they cheap. Hence, you need to just play Guild Wars 2, free to play, no sub, great gameplay. That sounds kind of nice.
That it's
Have
still
I-
has many catches.
I mean, it still has catches.
Many for cosmetic stuff.
You can't fool me with these catches.
Yeah, money traps. I'm unready again. How many times I got ready up on this thing?
Now we gotta wait for Sierra. SMH.
Let's go.
Zooming. The outdoor retreat was evacuated. Oh God, someone's face. It's.
Hey, nice tongue.
Thank you. All right.
Drew it
So this
yourself?
place. Yeah. So there's cars. There's whatever that thing is. Is that a pool? I can't tell what that is. Sophie Barton. Responds to people who are alone, get an average sanity below 25%. Smudge sticks and witness a ghost event.
There's been no reports of violence or sightings, but please remain careful.
It's outdoor retreat.
This
Campfire story is coming.
campfire, yeah, the campfire story
Hooray.
come true. Ooh, hiccup. The fuck was that? Oh my God! We're dead! Should be here. Come to us. We might have found it. We might have found it. Marsu found the mirror and found it instantly.
Where are y'all?
We're by the campfire. I'll shine my light towards you guys. Should be around here, I think. Right, Marcy? Oh, there's a foot here. And I have a camera?
2 degrees. Got it.
Okay. Yoink. I mean, it also looks really cold outside.
Where are you?
It responds to people who are alone, so.
Always alone.
I'll go summon the ring lady. I'll be back.
Shazam! Hey, ghost feet pick? Hey, yo, Steptos?
Did you
Hey,
catch
yo,
that?
Wiki feet?
What was that?
Did you realize you said Shazam and then a lightning struck? Did you not realize that? I
Oh.
told you it's gonna happen.
with me.
Come with- No.
Well, you're about to see a magic trick. Assuming it's still here.
Fucking magic tricks.
Look into the water right below you.
Oh, that's so cool, actually.
And now you want to summon the ring lady with me?
We're gonna wait. What is this? Just a whole bunch of horror movie references in this map?
Oh yeah. Wait. Where's the videotape?
Did you grab it?
Look for a videotape.
Is it gonna be in the building? Scotty's trying to show me how to summon the ring lady from a TV. So we're inside the main cabin. Did you find it yet?
No. No.
Can I look through this? No.
You know, sometimes it doesn't spawn.
Not really. Her name is Sam Era. Sam Era? Hey, Scotty, where'd you go? Are you downstairs? Yeah, you are.
What's
So
the
it doesn't spawn. Where's a generator?
That's what I'm wondering. Because it doesn't look like the videotape's there, so.
That's so cool if they had like a little Jason thing there.
Yeah. And then sometimes you can see Slenderman in the distance.
Well, that's not.
He just looks at you. Just smile and wave. How are they doing?
Where are they? Ooh. Let there be light. Hey guys.
So,
The Earth says hello.
Did anything happen yet?
Staying above 0.4 C. Sing me a song.
Oh, this just opened. I think she's in the white tent. I got EMF level 5. EMF level 5. Alright, that's good. We're so good. We're so good. I'm such a talented musician. Yeah. That's right. That's me. I summoned her. Oi.
Imagine it locks right after I close it.
Evidence. EMF level 5. Progress. What was that? Is this you, Tally, or is this you, Mercy? Oh, hi, Mercy. Are you having fun investigating? Scrap that.
be right back.
Gotta go to use the restroom?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. We'll wait for you. At a party, the ghost just wanted you to stop? I don't think it's like that. I think it's just because I'm a good musician. I think that's what the case is. Have you seen Jason, Marsu? Oh, you have? Have you seen the ring lady? Yeah. I'm telling you, seen it then. 'Cause I'm like the only one that hasn't. I'm so out of it. I'm so bad at this streaming business. All these cool little Easter eggs, and I know nothing.
Imagine streaming.
Oh, yeah. I'm a terrible streamer.
Who does that? Who streams?
Not me. Not me at all. Mirror made me feel weird. We found some remains. Nope. Nope. Oh. Is that a ghost orb? There's a ghost orb. Just found one. So it's either Raiju or an Obaka.
To answer your question, no, I haven't seen the ring lady.
Okay, I wanna see it. A Raiju can siphon power from nearby electrical devices, making it move faster. In Obake, sometimes the ghost will shapeshift, leaving behind unique evidence. So it's one of those two. I'm pretty sure.
It's probably about good.
Probably a buck, yeah. Meaning, it will sometimes leave unique evidence. You guys see the orb just there?
Yeah, the unique evidence is 600 handful.
So we need. What does an Obake need?
Dots.
Okay, so
This is Raiju.
Or fingerprints.
yeah, can
Raiju
you
needs dots.
guys start grabbing these? I'll go with the smudge sticks and I'll try to cleanse the area. I don't know where exactly it is, but I'll try to cleanse the area. You guys have to lead me.
I'll go that way.
Don't go that way.
I'll go that way.
This one.
Okay. So it must be this area, right?
Did I just light it or should just look at this one?
I'm just gonna start it. Just move around. Just move around. Just move around. Hope light cleansed it.
Fingerprints out here.
Check this thing. Over here.
Nothing on this side.
Let's check it again.
She opened that one earlier, which is why I was curious.
Well, it lasts for 2 minutes.
Oh. Just the off case that she does touch it. Let me put that up. You have any camera?
No.
No, let's go back and grab camera. Oi! What are you doing here?
It's saying in my ears.
It also sang in my ears. I need you to grab the camera. Did I just see something move? Oh, that's a flashlight. Okay. Alright, let's go. We got the camera? Is that the only one we have? Is there anyone on the ground? There's one on the ground there.
Yeah, that's the one I dropped.
Are you out of it?
I have both.
Okay, you got both?
No, I dropped it because I just like, all right, we got our foot camera.
We just gotta
we
take a
got
photo of the
the
ghost. She's spawning. She's spawning. Alright, are you guys still there?
Yeah, still there.
Alright, we're coming. We got 2 cameras. Sierra has both. And I brought my two nighttime shenanigans. Oh, it's attacking, I think.
Yes!
Yeah! Literally zoomed for me. I can't escape! Oh my... I can't leave the premise. It went right through the door. That's bullshit. Had your flashlight on? Oh god, I had my flashlight on. That's what it was? It attacks me because of my flashlight? Is it a Raiju then? If it attacked me because of my flashlight, is that a Raiju then? I knew I should have just dropped my flashlight. I should have just gone with the damn lighty thingy-mabobs. God damn. Alright, this guy's running towards electronics. Grab my shenanigans. Damn. That booty thick. Call me Mr. Thickums. At least I died looking good. What the fuck? I swear to God, this place. Can someone open the dang yellow thing if they hear me? What'd you find?
Alright.
What'd you guys find?
I like how I was going all around the camp on that side, looking for fingerprints. You just go out there and find it in like 2 seconds.
Oh, so it's fingerprints?
Times to save a pitched in a treasure hunt.
So it's an obake. It's an obake.
You get that, Hitsu? What the ghost is?
No, I'm not sure if I got it.
Throw a football if you got what the ghost is.
Oh, wait.
It's an outbreak. We found fingerprints. Where's
An obake. An obake. I love that. Okay, an obake.
Ghost just threw something in the campfire.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
I lost half my money.
Goodbye, money.
Goodbye. Alright. Anyone take a good photo of my body?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Also, we seem to be missing Sierra.
you hit the wrong button. I want to try it again just to see the grudge. Or not the grudge, the ring lady. I haven't seen it yet.
We can do that. That's fine.
Oh, Marcy's heading out as well.
I don't know. Her volume's so low, it's hard for me to hear her.
To make a Fallout game, but exercising ghosts, it's always puzzled me why they show up, identify the ghost, and then just leave. Sometimes with casualties. Yeah, I thought when this game came out, it was gonna be gonna exercise the ghosts as well, but it's not like that. But I had a lot of fun, you dorks. both Sierra, both Marsu.
Yeah.
We don't
But
have
not
to
me.
do another one. If you want to do another one, we can do another one. It's kind of late, anyways. It's almost midnight.
Yeah. If we do, it'll just be trying to get the ring lady and then gonna go to sleep because I just be tired.
Then you want to do it real quick then? Yeah,
Sure.
Phasma gives you a headache after a while. No, I understand that. I get that.
Yeah, thanks for joining, though. It was fun.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
had
way to
fun.
go.
Thank you for joining. I
And
appreciate
Sunny
you
as
guys.
well.
Yeah, Sunny, Marsu, Sierra, thank you for playing. Tally, you're still in it with me.
Yeah, for better or worse. And all the things. Because why not?
I'm gonna make it easy, just because we're really just looking for the thing.
Alright. I have no idea how to trigger this, so.
I have no idea either. Sierra, I'm trying to get it in my head. Oh, I got new glasses Friday. I hope it'll be better. Once it's registered in here, I'll start saying it more casually. I'm trying. All right. So you're telling me that over here there's a videotape, and in the videotape, the ring lady will come out from there.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before
Sierra, was that you?
Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Alright, I got protection.
All right, you got protection. I'll bring the other.
So, I don't know if you have to find keys for the cabin or not.
I have no idea. Person who
Let's
did
go
know.
straight to the cabin. Hey,
Oh,
Bone.
look. Cool. Well,
Take a
we'll
picture.
take a photo later. No, I don't have a camera.
Alright.
The cabin gotta be here somewhere, right? In this direction, maybe.
Camera?
The cabin. So I'm like, what to do to scare someone? No, God. All right. I also think the generator's like right around this here spot. Yeah. This,
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh. By the way.
On. Huh?
Hey. So. Oh, it's not there. Oh, there it is.
What's up
I
there?
know that one. Have a look, see under the house.
What?
Have a look, see under the house. The cabin. Right here by the generator. Have a look. Look under the house.
Oh, there's two lights? Oh, that's a dead body.
There you go.
Oh,
A very obvious bloody body bag.
that's not what I saw. I saw grass at the start.
Alright, we gotta find a key.
God. Oh, there's a key right here.
Oh, that's
Neat.
key under the welcome mat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Classic.
Alright, so.
He said there's a video that can spawn somewhere in the house, maybe. Oh, well, you turned the TV on already?
Yeah, I turned it on.
I'm turned on for the light. No, that's hurting my ears. Take it back.
Alright, let's look for a videotape.
They're like lights. Turning that thing. Yeah.
Open the door.
Is it a rare spawn, I wonder?
That's
Seemed like it.
that's not a VHS tape.
Yeah. I thought it was from the side at the start. Looks like it didn't spawn again. Maybe.
That's not. Oops.
Have you seen Jason though?
Yeah.
Damn, I really wanted to see the ring lady. Well, we always have another day, I suppose.
Does this videotape only spawn in this cabin?
That is unsure. Sierra, do you know? I like messing like the channels or something.
Oh, that's the ghost actually in here.
That's kind of funny.
I can't open up anything in this place. No drawers, cabinets, nothing.
Yeah, I can't either. Well, I used my thing.
Yeah. I don't know. So I'll drop a crucifix just in case, but you know.
Turn the TV on and off to make the phone ring.
Oh.
That makes sense. That's the ring like. And the phone just rang.
It doesn't work.
Then the phone rang earlier.
Yeah. It doesn't work for a second time.
What happens after the phone rings?
We all die.
I didn't get to pick up.
Oh. That's a very loud fan.
Oh, nice. Close the door.
I got a knife. I got oh no, hold the knife, I'm ready to stab.
Wait, did you grab it out of the hole?
No, it's just laying on here. Drop it on the counter.
So.
Just throw a knife.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Just throw a knife at me.
No, at the TV.
Well, you gotta skedaddle and try again.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if Damien has any other. Do you have any other info, Damien, about it? Maybe the cassette doesn't spawn in until after you do a deed.
Indeed.
That's also very loud.
Yeah. Most of the things are in this game.
Yes, please let us know, because I just want to see the Easter egg, really.
There's no videotapes in the toilet. I can do this. Okay, never mind, it doesn't work. It's supposed to either blow the bulb or trip the generator with the knock out the tower.
If I do this.
That's supposed to make the phone ring, remember?
Yeah.
Ting ting. Spray not a fork.
see anything. You can reset, I guess, if you want. Try to find it.
Yeah, just go ahead and try it.
While Damien figures it out.
Yeah.
Oh, while I'm here, actually, want to see Jason, Kylie? Oh my gosh.
The videotape's over here. Quick, kill it with beer. Oh. There's an invisible wall.
No, is there?
Yeah.
Did you say you found the videotape?
The phone ringing is the Easter egg. There's no actual ring lady.
Really?
That can't be right.
But both Marsu and Sierra said they saw the ring lady before.
There's gotta be more to it. Let's try.
Yeah, let's
get
just
phone
reset.
try again.
Or reset. Where's the way back? That way?
Yeah. I'm just checking these shelves for videotapes just in case.
I grabbed a bone.
Oh, I know where the ghost is.
Where?
It's in here. Can you hear the showers?
Oh. Ah!
MF3.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, last time I found a ghost in the shower. Yeah, that was good. I spied on a ghost with the mirror. That is in the shower. Paid the price.
Oh, you just pissed it off somehow. You see that? It was at a 10 for a while. I guess.
It's gonna circle Jin.
Sure. Let's do Jin. Actually, well, I'll do something different. I'll say...
You rebel.
Yeah, I'll say it was a... Myling. It's been a while. Alright, I'm ready. Sierra! Are you there still? How did you find this tape? Okay, let me open.
Welcome back.
How did you find the tape? Here and looks to the left, which you can see a lighthouse. People are hoping this is the new teaser for a new map. Oh, there's a poltergeist. Fair enough. Did I accidentally download something? Or remove from Chrome? I don't need that.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna just look it up. There we go.
Okay, let me. Bring phasmophobia. Let's see. I don't see anything. I'm looking at this, but I don't see anything. I actually don't see anything. Is there just no... Did I get baited by you guys?
Let's see.
Taking this.
With the new Halloween update for Phasmophobia, we received a new location for finding ghosts, the Maple Lodge campsite. This map is really well done with their layout, items, artistry, and one thing that many of us love to find, Easter eggs. While running around the map, you will notice some homages to some popular horror figures or stories that are coming to us as Easter eggs in this map.
Okay.
I'm going to show you all of those Easter eggs for the Maple Lodge camp. The Slender Man can be seen in one of 5 locations around the map. Out and look to your left.
Oh, fuck you.
Locations. If it
Or we
doesn't
get
pop-
baited.
No, I see. You can see
Slender
Slender
Man
Man.
is not a man. The Blair Witch Project. As you make your way to the campfire, take a look at the back fence.
Are you watching the
You'll
video?
hear Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
The Ring. For this one, go to the cabin. Get the key underneath the table. This is referencing the phone ringing in the movie The Ring. After someone would watch a cursed videotape, the phone would ring. After they answer, a voice would whisper 7 days, letting them know that they had seen.
Oh, we saw the body under the house.
Yeah. Doesn't work far. If you know of
Yeah.
something that I didn't show here, please make sure to
But
comment.
apparently, if you have UV lighting, you can see writing that says "I'm under the house."
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess there's no actual video. Like I don't see anything online about it.
Welcome back, Phasmo fam.
Phasmophobia. Ring. Easter egg. How does it get 66?
Hold on. Okay. I found a lead, but we have to start up the map first.
Okay, I'm done. I just want to see this guy make this damn shot. Alright. If you found a lead, I'll follow you. There's also a heart carved into a toilet referencing the first Saw movie. So there's a lot of cool Easter eggs then on that map. This is the Easter egg map. Pretty cool. Yeah, then after this, I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest. Doesn't do it. That lightning is super loud. Oh, for the 666 one? Yeah, I love that they didn't edit out the first, like, several times. I'm just sitting here like, do you make the shot? Do you make the shot? No, you don't. You just kept going. Okay.
Okay.
Got the intel.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
Okay.
Alright, what's the verdict?
So you're gonna have to stay in here for this one.
I do.
Yes. Wish me luck.
Okay. Take care. Do you have the key?
I do.
Okay. Well, while he's going to die. Just chill.
Keep an eye on that monitor.
I'm looking at your view right now. I feel like I'm watching the Blair Witch Project right now.
generator.
Yeah, understandable, understandable. Oh, is it not there?
Here.
Let me see. It's near the entrance. I'll turn it on. Hold up. I'll turn it on for you real quick if I can find it. Where's my damn flashlight? I can hear it. It's on already. It's on.
Alright, keep an eye on that monitor.
Okay. Found something. I'm not sure what he found, but he found something. I'm getting nervous. Woo. What's he doing? I see his face.
See anything yet?
No, not yet. What are you trying to show me?
I'm gonna try using the TV. It's very creepy, Solo, just so you know.
You're a strong person, Tally. You got this. Besides, we still have 4 minutes on the clock. Wait, what's happening to the TV?
I was turning on and off trying to get the phone to ring, but it didn't work.
Huh?
So nothing then?
Can't say I see anything, no.
Alright. So what I found online, this guy was just... One person was exploring,
Mm-hmm.
no one was watching the monitor, and the ring showed up on the monitor in the van.
Ah.
So I'm trying to recreate that, but like there's just randomly exploring and it happened.
Okay. The fact that you can see what's being recorded
So
while you're
I
walking
don't
around
know
is
how else to
so
trigger.
cool. Yeah, I understand that.
There's still no videotape that I see around here.
That means we were lied to.
Well, what I found was on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's an Easter egg from the new update, but we've only seen it on the new camp map.
Okay.
I was seeing when it camera. Oh, it's inside a wall or window. Alright. Mash against some windows then. I'll bet you if I can see the trees to this angle.
I can see the tree. I can also see wood, I think. Yeah, I see the trees.
I think the ghost is actually nearby where I am, so I might die.
I have full faith in you. Why is it hunting?
It sounds like there's extra footsteps that are not mine.
Ah. Pally dies right here, and then we get jump scared. Well played, game. Well played. I'm a beginner, but we're not really looking for anything, so. Oh god, his eyes. Sandy's slowly dipping. Oh, that's kind of a cool angle. Damn.
Is that a UFO up there? You see that glowing dot?
Kind of. I also see a lighthouse. I see a lot of... Maybe they're stars? That is a lighthouse, right? I'm not trolling. That's not a big, giant chess piece. Sorry. Seeing his face is always so troll. Spooky. Yeah, I still don't see anything though.
Oh, damn.
Lighthouse would be a fun map.
Try
I
some windows
wonder what you would
upstairs, I
do
guess.
for a lighthouse though. Is it inside of a lighthouse actually big? Major found footage vibes right now. Oh, another Ring reference? True. The lighthouse. Lights. Shut off. TV. Turn on. Ghost lady. Comes out.
I'm gonna look at the post again, just see if I missed anything.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna cause some mayhem. I just caused some mayhem. Just having one clear light, it's like 10% of the time as it spins. Oh, that'd be kind of crazy. And like the ghost spawns in randomly, and you're like, oh shit, 10% of the time I can see it right there. What the fuck? They're oddly spacious. Also could have the outside of the map lit by that lighthouse. That would be spooky. Did the TV turn on?
What?
Oh, I was wondering if the TV turned on.
I think I turned off the power to Ghost did. So I found another post that shows them looking off into the clouds. So I'm gonna try that upstairs one last time.
Okay. Sucks. Oh, you guys. Ugh. What a fun day, though. Y'all like this shirt? I already talked about it earlier, but I think it's a pretty cool shirt, actually. I love the designs in general. The Nihongo D-tune right there.
Still nothing.
It's
Then.
really, really well done. Honestly. So, if you guys haven't, please do check out his paranormal stuff. They have been so fucking fire. He does these paranormal type streams now, which is one of our ideas. I actually talked to him about it like way back when. It was one of our ideas. And we always joked about doing one together. So, it makes me happy to see that he's having fun with it and he's actually working hard and working. Actually, let me just shout him out real quick, anyways. / shout out the tune.
I don't know. Nothing seems to be happening on this end.
Yeah, I don't see anything either. So, it's probably a bust.
Yeah, I don't know if they fix it or what, but I'll see if I can look into it further later.
Maybe it's even RNG. So.
Yeah, it could be that.
But yeah, no, he's been doing these paranormal streams.
Attempt to get back.
Very, very interesting. What's Sandy like? 55. Yeah, he's good people. I've been liking his content a lot recently. I was watching it while I was over in Norway. The paranormal stuff. It's so nice to see like that idea we had actually become something though. Like he actually like committed to it, and it's so fucking cool. So fucking cool. It started off as a joke. That was the best part. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, so
give it a best shot.
Yeah, I think it's just there's nothing there, unless it's RNG. Evidence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's Myling. I want to believe.
Spirit.
Hey yo.
Spirit.
That shape on the wall just now. All right, you ready though?
What?
You're, that shape. It's my shadow, but like it looks like something else at a specific angle. It's DJ hours. It's late night hours. All right, but I had a lot of fun. Tomorrow maybe we can do more mortuary assistant.
Welcome back.
It's a mare. Oh, the audacity. Whee!
A mare. Good thing I didn't encounter. Mares and I have a bad history.
I mean, whenever it's nighttime and I see a mare, I feel like it's nightmare season.
Well, it's been fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. You get some proper sleep tonight, Tally, Sir Tally, Tally of the Talliest Tallies. You get some proper sleep. And I am going to find someone to raid if I can find any tab that makes proper sense right now.
Yeah, my browser's been kind of a pain in the ass.
Hey, my browser's also been a pain in the ass. All right. Don't want to hear my voice. Disgusting. It's really fun playing, as always. Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun, too. Thank you for hanging out, as always, guys. I appreciate you guys. It's just fun to play with people. Mortuary's assistant scared the shit out of me, but I'm working on it. I am working on it. Anywho. Oh, actually, Bidoof is streaming Phasmo. Let's give Bidoof a proper raid this time. I think. Y'all down? Y'all down? He calls me a baguette. He's kind of a dork. He's nice though. I think he's nice anyways. So stop by and say hello to him real quick. He has a very subtle and deepish kind of voice. Kind of chill, super chill. Decided to leave early, but I'm glad I didn't miss Phasmo. Yeah, I died a lot tonight. That's basically what happened. I just died a lot. Ugh, hiccup. Anywho, I'm gonna set up the raid. Uh. Do I have hiccups? What the fuck? Did I get scared into hiccups? I want to see this clip.
Spirit.
Hey,
Here's some spirit.
I have hiccups! That. This is the first time I've had hiccups, and I think, like, years. Holy shit.
I had one the other day.
It's kind of crazy, actually. Alright, but yes, I'm gonna go ahead and raid. Where the fuck? It's one of these tabs, surely. This one. Wait, you guys saw my desktop?
Yes, we can see all that. Quit doxing yourself, Hitsu.
Hitsu, more like Hiksu. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do that. Shazam. I will see you guys later. You guys behave, be safe. I love you guys. Fucking hiccups. I have hiccups. Exclamation hic. Yeah, I'm Sophia now. Wow, I'm not used to this at all. It's been so long. Did I get scared into hiccup? That's a...
Yeah, the hunt for the ring was so scary.
Yeah, it was.
So
In the safe comfort of the van, I was just...
Yeah.
I was so spooked. Alright.
That's why I wasn't spooked. You took all the spook, so I wasn't spooked.
I'm here for you. But anyways, I'm just gonna switch the ending here. I'll just hit raid anyways. You guys stay wonderful. Captain, reach out to me. I want to talk to you. I miss you. You guys are dorks. Love y'all. Love y'all. If we have a movie night this weekend, I'm not sure what we would watch. We finished Midnight Club already. So if anyone has suggestions, let me know. That we could watch that. The Mandela Catalog.
The whole series, that'd be like roughly an hour or so.
An hour long.
A bit more. Yeah.
Time's running out. Gotta rate. Bye.